Welcome to the Daily Spark Radio. I'm Ryan, and I'm sitting here with a fresh cup of coffee.
And I'm Mia, and I am sitting here with dog hair on my sweater.
Just a normal Tuesday morning for you then.
Exactly. Buster decided to wake me up at 6 o'clock today. He brought a very wet tennis ball into my bed.
A wet tennis ball at 6 in the morning sounds like a nightmare. Meanwhile, my cat, Luna, just sat on the fridge and stared at me.
Staring from the fridge? That is so creepy.
It is quiet, peaceful, and perfectly respectful of my sleep.
Well, today we are taking on the oldest argument in the world. Today we're debating cats versus dogs.
And don't worry, we'll keep it simple. We know that talking about your pets in a new language can feel frustrating.
It really can. You love this animal so much. You want to explain their whole personality. But when you try to speak English, the words just hide from you.
You end up just saying, "My dog is nice."
Yes, and nice does not describe Buster at all.
So today, we are going to fix that. We're going to help you defend your favorite furry friend and disagree politely in English.
We are going to give you the exact words you need. Words that actually match the big feelings you have for your pet.
And we might just figure out which pet is actually better.
Oh, we already know the answer to that.
Let's get into it. I saw a simple question online yesterday. Cats or dogs? People in the comments were fighting. Why do people get so emotional about this?
Well, because they live in our houses. They're part of the family. If you insult someone's pet, you are insulting their best friend.
That is so true. I mean, my cat Luna is basically my boss.
And my dog Buster is my shadow. He follows me everywhere. But here's a question for our listeners. Have you ever tried to explain why your pet is the best? Maybe you had the perfect reason, but couldn't find the right words in English?
I hear this from English learners all the time. They want to join the conversation. They want to argue for their side. But arguing in a second language is really scary. Sometimes you just freeze up.
Exactly. You don't want to sound mean, you know? You don't want to start a real fight.
Right, you want to disagree, but keep it friendly. That is a very specific skill. It's like a dance.
A dance with words. I love that. You step forward, you step back. And what better topic to practice this dance than our furry friends?
It's safe, it's fun, and absolutely everyone has an opinion. So, Mia, are you ready? Because you're representing Team Dog today.
I was born ready. Buster and I are going to win this easily.
We will see about that. Luna and I are feeling pretty strong over here on Team Cat. She even gave me a little high five this morning.
Okay, sure, she did. Let's lay out the rules for this friendly debate. We each get to make our case first. No interruptions.
Right, we'll share our best points nicely without interrupting each other. And then the real debate begins. We'll practice those polite phrases.
Okay, I will start. Dogs are simply the best pets. My first point is the greeting.
The greeting? You mean when they jump on you?
Yes! When you come home, a dog acts like you just won an Olympic gold medal. Their tail wags so hard their whole body shakes. It doesn't matter if you were gone for 8 hours or 8 minutes.
That is true. You go to take out the trash and they throw a party.
Exactly. They make you feel incredibly loved and important. My second point is health. Dogs force you to be active. You cannot sit on the couch all day if you have a dog.
Because they will bring you a wet tennis ball at 6 a.m.
Well, yes, but they also need walks. They pull you outside, you get fresh air, you meet your neighbors. Dogs build community. You talk to people at the dog park.
I will admit, I have never met a neighbor because of my cat.
See? And my final point is teamwork. Dogs want to work with you. You can train them.
Mm-hmm.
They look at your face to figure out what you want. They are a true, loving partner in your daily life.
Those are fair points, Mia, but let me speak for the cats. My first point is peace. Cats are quiet. They don't bark at the mailman, they don't jump on guests. They just judge your guests silently from the top of the bookshelf. Silent judgment is much more polite than jumping on clean clothes. My second point is about boundaries. Right. A cat does not need your attention 24 hours a day. They have their own life. They sleep with a sunbeam. So they basically ignore you until they are hungry. Not at all. Which brings me to my final point, earning love. A dog loves everyone. A dog loves a burglar who brings a sausage. Hey, Buster would bark, eventually, but a cat? You have to earn a cat's trust. When a cat chooses to sit on your lap and purr, it feels like a massive compliment. You were chosen. Okay, I will admit, earning a cat's purr does feel pretty special. Exactly. They're clean, they're quiet, and their love is a prize.
A prize? Well, maybe. But let me tell you about my neighbor's cat.
Oh no, I feel a bad story coming.
I fed him for a whole week. He completely ignored me. He just stared at a wall.
I mean, that is very normal cat behavior.
Right? So I told my neighbor my honest thoughts. I said, I see your point, but dogs are actually loyal.
I see your point, but such a great phrase. It feels like a gentle shield in an argument. You validate their idea first, then drop your own safely.
Exactly. You soften the blow. It is very polite. Anyway, my point stands. Dogs are incredibly loyal.
Sure, but cats are just naturally independent. They don't constantly need you.
Independent or just slightly rude?
They're still very affectionate, you know. They just show their love quietly.
Dogs are affectionate too, and they're so obvious. You come home tired, a dog brings you a toy. It instantly makes you smile. You've been there, right?
I have. On the other hand, a cat brings you silence.
See, that proves my point perfectly.
Wait, look at how I just used on the other hand. In an argument, it feels like holding a physical scale. You weigh two totally different realities against each other.
One hand holds the happy dog. The other hand holds the silent cat.
Exactly. It creates a perfectly clear contrast. So use this trick tomorrow at the office.
When a coworker suggests a terrible idea, be polite.
Just say, I see your point, but what if we tried this?
Speaking of terrible ideas, thinking a dog is easy work is definitely one.
Hey, they are totally worth the effort. But yes, they need attention.
Exactly. Honestly, dogs are incredibly demanding. You have to walk them in the snow.
Demanding is such a negative word. I prefer to say active companion.
Active companion? No, demanding is the absolute truth here.
I disagree completely. Let's let our listeners settle this. Are dogs demanding or just an active companion? What would you say?
They will obviously agree with me. Anyway, I noticed what you did earlier. You said you have to admit that they take time.
Yes, I love dropping that phrase into a debate.
It feels like a friendly